Hey, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can just let me know in chat if I'm audible to you. Good morning, Dimitri. I just want to find out, can you hear me? Can you just let me know in the chat? Okay, that's great. That's good to hear. Okay, so we will be starting shortly. Let's just give it a few more people to join in. But as long as you can hear me, then that's great. We'll be starting soon. Okay, we'll be starting. Good morning, Krishna. Thank you everyone for joining us today. The topic that we'll be going over today would be Zoho Backstage. So I'll just like to introduce you to the application as a whole, let you know a little bit about Zoho and who we are. So let's just get it started. So as we're going along with our webinar, we'll start off by going over a few housekeeping rules, just the way we're managing the webinar today. So firstly, as you've noticed, you will be muted throughout the duration of the webinar. If you have any questions or if you have any input, please let me know within chat, and then we can enable you to ask your questions. Just so that it flows and there's no disturbances, will be muted. And then afterwards, we will be sending you the presentation that we've made so that you can have it for your own reference. Then within the next 2 days, we'll also be sending you the video recording of this session. And then along with that, within the email, we'll also input our survey. Just let us know how you found the webinar. Was it educational? Your points, was it good, bad, and what other information you'd want to know about, how we can improve, so on and so forth. So about me, my name is Tabo Mabena, and I've been with Nettobe for about 7 months now. I have recently graduated. I graduated from Middlesex University, then came straight into the industry, learning more about how it is to deal within the workplace. So my drive was to come here, learn more about business within Mauritius and how I can use the skills I've learned to help individuals here and grow as a person. So Nettobe has given me that opportunity and I'm enjoying it every day. Okay, let's just move on. So for today, We'll be just touching on a few things. Firstly, we'll just go over who we are as Nettobe. Just gives a brief introduction of the company. And then one of our partners being Zoho will just give you just a brief introduction, who they are, what they do, before eventually going on to the general about today's topic being event management. So we'll just go over some of the key features and key things to look out for within event management. And then afterwards, we'll look into what the Zoho Backstage is and the features within Zoho Backstage which help with event management. And then finally, we'll unmute all the participants so that you can ask any questions that you have. So if you have questions during the presentation, just let me know in chat, but we will have a session afterwards. We will review all the questions you have. Okay, so again, we'll start with Nettobe Group. This is just a nice company photo of ours. So Nettobe was founded in 2006 with the idea that we want to grow a community that different businesses, different individuals want to be a part of. So the name is a play, you know, the network to be a part of. So that's who we are. So founded locally within Mauritius we're based in Coromandel. That's where the headquarters is. And then our team here within Mauritius is about 15 people with different backgrounds, different experiences, just all coming together to make it work every day. So Nettobe as a whole is an international organization with branches in Congo, in Nigeria, in Ghana, and most recently in Dubai. So we are ever growing, looking for more opportunities, seeing how not only can we help the people here in Mauritius, but how we can have an impact globally. Within Nettobe Group, there are two business entities, being Nettobe Solutions and Nettobe Services. So with Nettobe Solutions, they handle your networking, cybersecurity, and that sort of stuff. Then with Nettobe Services, that's the business unit that I'm under, we help with business applications. So learning your requirements, business analysis, and seeing how we can help simplify or make your business process more efficient. And then what really drives us is the client base we have, ever growing. We have clients coming in every week to learn more about who we are as an organization, and just the key being socializing. So, and networking, so getting to know different individuals, different companies. So companies like Mobank, MRA, those are some of our key clients. Okay, then we move on to about Zoho. So Zoho was founded in 1996 within India. So they are a cloud-based business solutions company that look towards offering cloud-based solutions to help individuals. They started by targeting small to medium-sized enterprises with different solutions, going from your accounting to your marketing to your human resources. So there's currently offering over 40 cloud-based applications, which cover a wide range of things that can help with your business. So as we mentioned, from meetings online to help you work from home, your inventory management. So there's a whole bunch of different applications that they work with, that they've made to help you in your businesses. So at the present, Zoho is present in over 180 companies, 180 countries around the world. And within 2022, they broke that $1 billion revenue mark. So they are an ever-growing company. The need for business applications is recognized worldwide, and they've taken it upon themselves to help people along their way throughout their business journey, whether you're just starting off with your company or you're a seasoned veteran in what you do. They're looking to not only assist, but also learn more from you. And that way we can teach you and we can learn from you as well. And another interesting statistic is that over 40 million customers worldwide at the present who are using Zoho for different processes and it's just to assist them with their business needs. So if we move on, now we'll be going on to event management. So here I just wanted to lightly touch on some of the key things that we feel is important within business management. And we'll start off by spreading the word. So when it comes to running a successful event, it's really dependent on people. So we need to have the ability to spread the word about your event, have people fully aware of what's going on so that you can drum up interest. So by being able to spread the word of your event, you're more likely to invite more people. The more people who know, the more likely more people will show up to your event. And by spreading the word, having people know more in detail about the event that you're having, you're more likely to have people who show up who are genuinely interested in what you want to talk about. So it's very important to have detailed information out there about what you will be doing. And all this as a whole increases brand recognition in the sense that your brand is put out there in the public for people to know that this is your organization or this is who you are, this is what you do. And then it's advertising your business or you as a whole. Then we move on to getting attendees on board. So the people who will be attending our events, they need to be fully convinced or genuinely interested in what we're going to do. So by having spread the word, we can gain a positive word of mouth. So if people are talking about your event in a positive light, it affects those around them. It's infectious, really. So by having people talk about it positively, it can influence those around them to want to come. It can influence those around them to also spread the word again. So by having your attendees fully on board with what you're doing, during the event, you can have higher retention of the information that you're giving out. So people are most likely to remember what you spoke about. They're more likely to interact. And once the event is over, they'll be knowledgeable in what you spoke about. And then by having these attendees who are on board, when it comes to things like post-event, will be more likely to have valuable feedback. If they had a good experience during the event, they're more likely to reach out to you afterwards, or if you're sending things like a survey afterwards, they're more likely to respond positively, answer all the questions before. And then managing speakers. So in an event where you have guest speakers or speakers in-house who will be delivering presentations, speeches, and so on, it's essential to manage those individuals as well in relation to the event. So this ensures quality content in the sense that if I'm a speaker and I'm coming to talk at an event, I know I have exactly 30 minutes and I'm supposed to deliver this speech under these conditions. I'm able to fully prep and plan for my time, my venue, so I'll be at ease in order to deliver the right speech needed for that audience. And by having all your speakers and those in charge of the event coordinated, it becomes more seamless. So everyone knows, okay, at this time, this individual is going on. They'll speak on this during this period. You're able to manage transitions between speakers better, thus making the event flow. And this maintains an overall image of professionalism that you and your organization, you're able to manage a successful event manage all these different speakers, manage all these different people. And it just shows that you're professional in the way you go about your business. So we go on to part 2. And then here we go on managing sponsors. So within our events, not always will we be able to generate the funds needed to host those events. Or for example, if it's a charitable event, you might require that people pledge money or support in different ways. Now, without any order, this can be very difficult. Maybe people will pledge in different ways, different sources, different times. So by being able to manage these sponsors, you have a better relationship with the people you're dealing with. By having a structure where they can come to you and your organization and they know, okay, I'm going to sponsor this event, I'm going to sponsor you. And there's a clear set way. One, they know you're professional. Two, they know how they're helping and where it's exactly going to. And this, by having sponsors, you can also increase your brand recognition. So the view of you being able to work with all these different individuals, all these different companies, that you have a good networking, and that your brand itself attracts other businesses to do work with. And then another key point of event management is there actually being a good event experience for those who show up. So that comes into play for our attendees. So their satisfaction during and after the event is very important. No one wants to go and waste their time. So if I'm going to attend an event online or in person, I've chosen to invest my time, my energy, my effort. So the attendees need to feel that it was a successful return on their investment being their time. Then a good event experience also drums up social media buzz. This also assists with the positive word of mouth and spreading the word later on, in the sense that after or during a good event, if people are on LinkedIn, if people are on Facebook and Twitter, actively talking about your event positively, there will be a media buzz where even those who aren't there, those who didn't see about it, those who don't know about it, they'll be able to see, okay, this is what happened. This was a good event. I should have gone. That will prompt them to look into your organization, learn more about the event that you did. Do you have previous events? Is there other events that are coming up? So this sort of information is very important in event management, because later on it will prompt those who came to look forward to more of your events. Thus you'll be able to have repeat attendees. So just having a good event, leaving a positive taste in the mouths of the attendees will cause them to come back. Then post-event analysis. After you've hosted the event successfully, it's very important to understand and analyze everything that went into making that event and the result of that event. That way you'll be able to gauge whether you had a successful ROI, your return on investment. Because to host it and create an event, you need to invest your time of you, the resources around you, being your employees, funds, sorting out a venue, catering, all these different things come to play. So once the event is done, we need to have accurate metrics for each thing that we put in. Did we get something back out? Was it equivalent? Was it greater? So that we know, okay, was this event worth it? And once we have that information, we'll be able to see, okay, this is where we were lacking. This is where we did well, thus boosting you for your upcoming events so that you know, okay, this is where we need to improve, thus giving you the ability to do future planning. Okay. Then we just move on to tech in event management. So an interesting stat is that 90% of event marketers believe that technology can have a positive impact or a major impact on the success of an event. Nowadays, most of the things that we do are online. We're using gadgets, we're using laptops, phones, and if anything, the COVID-19 lockdown taught us that everything we're currently doing can be done remotely or at home. So when it comes to events, we need to integrate all these different systems so that we know, okay, we can boost the chances of our event being successful. And this is where Zoho Backstage comes in. Zoho have identified the need for a system to help manage all these different things that are around event management. So if we just go to the next slide, which is what is Zoho Backstage? So Zoho Backstage is an event management platform that helps organizers set up an event, manage it efficiently, and measure its success all from one platform. So all those points we talked about within event management and more, Zoho has identified them and see that these are key areas that we would like to assist individuals and companies with when it comes to managing events. So just proceed. So I will be showing you a brief overview of an existing event that we did on Zoho Backstage. We feel that it's best to showcase an existing event that we did personally so that you see some of the features that are offered within Zoho Backstage so that you can become more informed about what it does exactly. So we'll start off with branding. With Zoho Backstage, you're able to create a dedicated website for your event. So this means you don't have to create a new web page on your existing website for these events, or if you don't have a website and you're running your events or organization separately, maybe on social media, this gives you the opportunity to have a dedicated website just for this event. And then within this dedicated website, let's say, for example, you have your own company website, you can then have custom domain mapping so that you link it to your domain so that it has your stamp, you know, it makes it really yours. People see, okay, your company name next to the website, it's legitimate because they're already aware of you. So let's just switch over to the Zoho Backstage. Let me just switch screens for you. Then, okay. So here, we'll just go over the branding points that we discussed a bit earlier. So in order to make this really yours, this is the microsite that comes from after you've made your event. So after you configure your event, you put in all your information, there will be a website with your custom domain that you set up, or if you want to link it to your existing one, you can do that. So now it gives you the flexibility to customize the website. Maybe you want to add your brand colors. So for this event, our MauZoho event that we hosted this February, the main color within MauZoho is yellow. So here we have yellow options around. We have the logo for MauZoho. So throughout, you can customize your page and really make it yours. And then with our, let's just go over the homepage so that you just have a brief introduction. So it would be a website, so you can populate it with the information that you want. So for example, here we have why attend. So you can really push the agenda. You showcase more information about who you are, why you're hosting this event. So here we have why attend. You can give detailed information about this is what we'll be doing on that day. This is why it will be beneficial to you and your organization. Then we can add our list of speakers or guests, our featured sessions. So for example, all the things we'll be talking about at different times, we can highlight key sections of the whole day's agenda, display it on the web page. We can have the list of our sponsors. So the homepage will give you the whole general of the entire event. So this is where we put all our key information so that it's their first page that the visitor lands on. We can show them as much relevant information as needed. And then we just go back to our slide. So from branding, then we can go to the agenda builder. So under the agenda builder here, we can specify all the things that we'll be doing within our event. So according to the time, so from when you arrive, if we have a registration, put the registration first, welcome, so that when the attendees come through, they can see exactly, okay, this is the agenda for the day or these days. They can plan around the agenda you've made. If you're hosting an event for 2 days with different speeches, different topics, different talks, they can check out your agenda to see, okay, this is the topics that I want to go for. These are the topics that directly affect me. So I'll target these days and these times. So it also keeps them aware so that they can plan around your event. So if we just go back to the So here we are, we go to the agenda. So we can add the agenda to calendar. So the microsite would be from the perspective of the attendees. So this is where they go to view information about your event. So they can come and print the agenda if they want it on paper. They can add it to their calendar so that all these sections and seminars or talks that we've set up will appear in their calendar. So this is what it will be like from here. So we have date and time so that they know. You can change the time zone. For example, if you're having an online event or a hybrid event that's both physical and being streamed online, you can change the time zone so you know, okay, I'm in the United States. I can switch it to the United States to know exactly what time it is in my area. So I know what time to catch it. And then if we scroll down, we can view all the different sections within the talk that we had. We had our welcome, we introduced Zoho, we had a quick Q&A. So here you'll be able to specify the entire agenda and the times. We can also showcase who will be delivering these talks. For example, I did this demo here. So if you're an individual and you're on here, you can come click on a specific item under the agenda. You can see, okay, this is what this is about. This is the time, the location where it happens, and this is the particular individual who's delivering it. Of course, we can add more information to this, but then this is the general feel of what we can do with the agenda page. And if we just transition back to the presentation. So after the agenda page, we have the speaker details. Here we'll be able to go over basically a mini biography if you want to add that, but we can just give details about the people who will be coming through, whether it's guest speakers, people within your organization. We can give them a short introduction to who this person is, whether we want to share their links such as their Twitter, LinkedIn, want to give a bio, okay, this is this person, comes from this country, has this experience, so that when your attendees are coming, and say, okay, this is the guest speaker, this is who's coming, and they can have some more information on them. And with the links like LinkedIn, they can go and research more about that individual. So we transition back to our to the speakers. So this is an example. So in the way that it's structured, this is the structure that we chose, but the format of the website, the customization, the branding can all be edited to suit your needs. You can choose a different style if necessary. So for example, how we went about our event, we specified the speakers here. So you can come, click view profile, for example. Then you can see this is Dinesh. You can have a bit about them, that this is the organization they're from, this is his title. And if it's someone who's delivering a speech or a talk or a presentation, that we can showcase, okay, this is the time that this person is talking. For example, if your attendees are interested in listening to only one of your guest speakers, they can come here and see, okay, this is exactly when this guy is talking. This is when I need to come to the event, so they can target all those individuals. Another thing is we can add links, for example, if you want to add that person's LinkedIn, their socials, maybe they have a blog site. So this gives the attendees the ability to go and research more about who this person is. And transition back to our slides. So after this, we go to part 2 of the features. We have sponsor management. So here it allows the attendees to come and view who are your current sponsors. So if your sponsors want to be known that, okay, at this event, we're assisting, we're sponsoring, you can showcase that. It also gives you the ability to allow individuals to come onto the microsite and become a sponsor. So if we just go back and just take a look at sponsors. So here you can become a sponsor. You can come onto the site and become a sponsor, pledge. You can view different kinds of sponsorship categories if you choose to set that up. You can have your list of different sponsors, have them displayed if you and they choose to accept that, if they want to be known for sponsoring your event. That's all possible. Then we come back to our slides. After that, we have ticketing. So with ticketing on the microsite, we'll be able to manage tickets. So from the attendees perspective, they can come on and they can purchase tickets, whether they're free or they're charged. If you set up different ticket categories, for example, maybe you have VIP tickets, you have general tickets, you have free tickets. So you can set all those different kinds with the quantities and set up a payment gateway if necessary, so they can come and pay on the microsite directly. So we can just transition back to the microsite. So here on the tickets, for our event, it was a free ticket. We were just dealing on the space. So according to how many seats we had, we were offering free tickets. So before the event starts, people can come and purchase tickets on the site. You can specify when the ticket sales will be for, the quantities. And if you have different ticket plans, for example, these ones are free, but if you have maybe VIP or different kinds of ticket plans, you can set that up as well. And then we go back to our slides. So then we also have a bit on the venue. So we can specify on the site, let's say if we're having a location-based event or a hybrid-based event where it'll be online and in person, we can put different kinds of event information. For example, we can give someone the directions, usually using Google Maps. We can show the actual location, being the event location. You can add additional information. For example, if you want to assist attendees who are not from around here, you can give them recommendations of where to stay while they're coming for your event. So if we transition back to the microsite and go to venue, you can see we specified our location. If you click get directions, it will give you the directions from Google Maps. We'll just open that real quick. And it'll give you the directions, so you can just use it on your phone and then travel here. Underneath, we have the actual location if you just want to see where that is, but you can populate it with more information as well. For example, like just giving them hotel recommendations of near the area, we can add that as well. So these pages are customizable. You can add custom pages, you can add more information, you can remove information depending on what is relevant to your event. Yeah, let me just transition back to the slides. So we also have the gallery within our microsite. So that's an option where you can either showcase images from previous events so people can get like a feel of, okay, this is what it's going to look like. This is what the events are normally like, the catering. You can also do images of that day. So if you want, you can have your media team, your cameraman be uploading pictures to the gallery page on the day. Or an even more interesting one is where you allow the attendees to upload their own pictures to the gallery, have them like and comment on pictures on the microsite as well. So let's just transition back to the microsite so you can see that. So if we go to the gallery, so these were pictures on the day of this event. So you can choose whatever images you like. If you want to upload them to yourself, or if you choose to let your guests upload their own images. And then we can add comments, likes, so they can be free to like, comment, and about the pictures they took, the pictures others around them took. And then finally, we'll go back to the slides, where we'll talk about the integration. So another key thing is integration between Zoho Backstage and other platforms. So for example, you can have integration between Zoho Backstage and Google Analytics for post-event analysis. You can, if you're already using Google Analytics, you can push all your information there. So you can get your stats, your graphs, your diagrams, so that you can better analyze the event afterwards. Then another third-party integration that's very interesting is Eventbrite. So for example, if you want to manage your tickets elsewhere, like you can also do it through Eventbrite, where you do your different ticketing plans. You can configure your payments through Eventbrite or other applications. That's also an option. And then also a key integration is between Backstage and other Zoho apps. So key applications like your CRM, where you'll get all your customer information. So this will help you with if you're going to be sending out updates, if you're going to be campaigning this event so that you know who you're going to send it out to. You have that customer base from the CRM. You have Zoho Page Sense, which analyzes people's activity on your website. So you know, okay, this is how many people actually visited our site. This is how many people clicked on the home page, how long they stayed there, what they did while they were on your site, which pages didn't they visit, what information did no one read, what didn't people click. So you also have, okay, when you're making your next event, this is what to do, this is what not to do. This is what people actually like to read about, this is what people actually saw, this is what people clicked, this is what people didn't click. And then another one, which is down here, it's currently offline, but also Sales IQ, where you can have a chat. You can specify, okay, the chat parameters, whether you will be letting people in your organization have a live chat with people who just want more information on your event. So instead of them having to call you or send out emails, you can have a live chat on the website. We can quickly have a chat with those who are interested in the event, those who've already bought tickets but need more information, and so on. Okay, so that would be all for the slides and the overview for the microsite. So within this microsite, yeah, you do have the ability to customize it. more detailed information on stuff like configuring, we can go over this later, but for the time being, if you have any questions, I'll just go and let me know in the chat, then we can unmute you and we can have a conversation. Any questions? Okay, I got so the first question, does ticketing offer a mode of payment via dues, MIBs, etc.? Okay, so for the ticketing, we can do integration with mentioned Eventbrite. So at the present, we have integrated some of our Zoho applications with MIBs that will allow local payment. So that's pushing the information through API. So we can also investigate setting that up for Zoho Backstage so that you can do your payments that way. If not, you can also do these through another application like Eventbrite and then just integrate it with Backstage. I hope that app answers your question on that one. Then the next one, can attendees book their slots for a conference? Yes, so with the ticketing, so they can purchase tickets which just reserves their spots. So it depends on how you want to go about setting it up. So let's say they purchase a ticket. So on the system, their name, email address, time of purchasing ticket will be specified. It's, let's say we have an event that has, we're going to a venue that has a capacity of 50 seats. So we specify on Backstage that we'll be filling out 50 seats. So with each ticket taken, it will reduce the quantity. So we know, okay, the people who've booked, their slots are taken, those are the people who will be coming in. So individuals come in on their own and book their own slots for these events. Okay, any other questions? You should be also able to unmute yourselves. Dimitri, is it a tailor-made experience? If I need only some features, is it possible? Yes, so you don't have to use everything about Zoho Backstage, so it is customizable. So for the example that I showed, this was the information that we felt was relevant for this event. So you can choose to showcase certain information, you can choose to hide the rest. So it depends on the type of event. For example, if you're only having an online event, stuff like your venue won't be necessary. So depending on the type of event that you're having, you can specify which features that you want to use. We can configure those for you. And then you'll only be using those, and then your attendees will only see the things you want them to see. Yeah, anything else you maybe want to know about us as Nettobe, or any other questions on Backstage? Because this was just as an overview, not really as a training or a demo. those would be more detailed, but just as an overview of what generally Backstage can do. If you have any more specifics, please feel free to just unmute yourself and ask. What is the cost of the solution if I need it only for a one-off event? Okay, so there are different packages for Backstage. So there is the free version where each package has limitations. So for example, the free version, you can only set up 3 speakers, whereas the rest you can have more. So it depends on what exactly you want to do for that event. So what we normally do is we meet up with you to discuss your plans, your business process. We understand exactly who you are as an organization and what your plans are, so that we can best advise you on, okay, this is the plan that you would need. So each different Zoho Backstage package has its own different functions. So depending on what you want to do in that event, then we'll be able to advise you. So the packages are at different prices. So I would suggest that maybe we can have a meeting on exactly what you're looking for. That way we can advise, okay, this is the package that is necessary to accomplish those things, and it's this price. Only one person can manage the app in the event committee. Okay, well, that's a good question. So right now, this is the microsite, but then there is where you edit the Zoho Backstage. So you have the ability to edit all the information and also conduct the event. So when you're first setting up the event, you can invite all the other users within your organization at different capacities, or the same capacity if you want, to assist with the event. So you can have 5 people who are all managing the event. You can invite them, they can all make changes to the site, they can all help manage. Or if, for example, you only want one person to assist you just with ticketing, you can only give them, then you can invite them and give them only access to ticketing information. Or so that when people come in for the event and you want them to check them in, that person is responsible for checking in. So you can do it by yourself if you want to do it by yourself, but you can have an entire event committee with different roles, and you can assign them to do different things within Backstage. I hope that cleared that one up. Well, if there's no further questions, I just wanted to say, okay, there's one more question. Nice. Do we have this on Zoho? Last question. If there are 3 types of tickets, VIP, non-VIP, and 3 tickets, can I input a game that would eventually select randomly those who might win free tickets? Okay, this would have to be something that's coded. It's not necessarily a feature on its own in Backstage, but it is, for example, if we use Eventbrite, it is an option within Eventbrite. So you can then integrate that with Backstage, and then you can have this feature. But then within Backstage alone, it's not something that's a native feature within Backstage. We would have to set that up. Then you asking if you have this on Zoho, not natively on Zoho Backstage alone. You would have to code that. No, you're welcome, guys. Thank you for showing up. Really appreciate it. I hope it was good for your time. And I just want to let you know that we will be sending you the slides, a link to the recording as well, along with the survey. So if you have the time, it would really mean the world to us. Just to check out the yes, you can contact us afterwards if you want more detailed information, if you want a demonstration of more, because this is just an overview. So we just went over what it's like from the microsite, but then if you want to have a longer conversation, we can set up a meeting and yeah, we can discuss more about Zoho Backstage. So yes, within the numbers here, but yeah, our contact information is there as well. We'll send you the slides. We'll contact all of you. And yeah, you can reach back to us and we can continue the conversation on Backstage. Okay. No, if that's thank you again for coming, guys. If there aren't any more questions, please feel free. If something comes up later, you can always just call us, send us an email, and we'll be here ready to assist you. Okay, you're welcome. Have a good day, guys. Cheers.